Okay, looks like we should be on the air. Like to come on here a few minutes early to test things out, make sure everything's working right. And hopefully that includes the audio. Move that over a little bit. All right, now let's go over here. Chat. Let me open up chat. Get that fired up. And then I will share it on Facebook. What are we? We are 5 minutes early. All right. That's okay though. That will give me some time to test out the equipment here. My stepson Brenton loaned me a camera to use tonight, so hopefully you can see me okay. Hopefully you can hear me. Good evening. All right, there's the first little chat here. Now we'll go down here and share this. I'm on here now. We're 4 minutes early, but that's okay. That's all right. Get on here and share this. Let's see. I'm going to share it to my page, I think. All right, Chiller Chat. Just talk amongst yourselves. All right, let me get this to another page. I'll share it to the Harrisville Haunted House page. I'll share it there. And also, let's see, Chiller Chat. Just getting set up for the pre-show here. If you're just turning this on, I'll share it to Jack Shadow's page also. Yeah, that's right. Jack Shadow has a Facebook page. He's cool like that. All right. Of course, I guess I don't know if Facebook is really cool anymore, but let's see with this Butcher Media logo. All right, that looks like that's on there. Okay. Can I share this to my page? Oh, I don't think I can. That's all right. All right, folks, we got like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let's see if everybody can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? All right. Let's see. I'll see if Ava can share this onto my page. I got 2 minutes, folks, and we'll fire up the show and get her started. Nah, that's all right. I'll mind that. All right. What do we got? We got 1 minute. 1 minute, folks. Until the pre-show begins. All right. Turn that ringer off. All right. Turn that a little bit toward me. Look at this. We got like 40 seconds. 40 seconds to go. I think everything. Oh, Glamfangs. Hi, y'all, from the land of YouTube. Hey, how's it going? Glad you could join us. I take it you can hear me okay. The reason I'm asking is because I have over the last month had some not necessarily audio or visual, but we have had audio issues. So this week, my stepson Brenton, he loaned me this camera here that I'm using here tonight. It's the first time I've used it, so Hopefully I have it hooked up right. We'll find out. All right. I think somebody would have said something by now if they didn't see or hear me. All right. Looking good. Hey, guess what, folks? It's 8 o'clock. Time to start. Hey everybody, thank you for joining us. This is Bryan Hogue, and this is the Chiller Night Live pre-show. We talk about things of horror and science fiction and the paranormal and movies. The schedule for tonight from the hour of 8 p.m. Eastern Time until just a few minutes shy of 9 p.m. when, of course, Chiller Night Theater comes on, beginning the Chiller Night programming for the night from 9 p.m. until they run off and on until 3:30 in the morning approximately. So thank you. And we've got Cassandra says hi. Hey Cassandra. Ava says hello from Cranberry Walmart. Hello. Hey, share that to my page if you can, babe. I can't do it from here on mine for some reason. Brenton says looking good, Dad. Sounds great. All right, great, excellent. Thank you. As I said, Brenton's the one who loaned me this camera for tonight, and if this goes well, I might have to get one of these myself. Glamfang says, audio sounds great, and I can see you, so we're 2 for 2. All right, fantastic. David says, champagne popped, poured, and drinking the bubbly. I like it. I like it a lot. Ava says, I can share. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Ah, there's Brad. It's the Chiller Night pre-show with Bryan Hogue, starring Bryan Hogue. Now here's Bryan. What's on Chiller Night Theater tonight, Bryan? Well, glad you asked. Let's get right to that. Look at this. Tonight at 9 p.m. At 9 p.m. Just in about 1 hour. Chiller Night Theater. Jack Shadow features Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Jennifer Sadler. She'll be talking about the Chiller Night Spirit of Halloween book. It's getting to be that time of the year around Halloween where I'm going to be pushing this again. So just deal with it. No. 11:30, Chiller Night Theater. The movie will be Dr. Jekyll and the Werewolf, or versus the Werewolf. And that was from last week's feature movie at 9 p.m. And at 1:30 a.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is Stan Gordon. Stan is, of course, a nationally known UFO and paranormal investigator as well as author. And 2 a.m., Chiller Night Theater. The movie is once again to top of the night, Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet. And that stars, wow, doesn't star, but, you know, it's kind of one of those deals like with the original Godzilla. You know, when they Americanized it, they put Raymond Burr on there for, he went and did, I don't even think he didn't even go to Japan. He was in, they filmed his parts, I believe, if I'm remembering this right, in California. They did that within, I think they did it within like 24 hours, or maybe it was 48 hours. But they did that so that they could integrate those scenes in with what you're seeing from the Japanese version to Americanize it, to put an American star in there. Now, they did this same thing with Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet. Basil Rathbone wasn't in that movie. However, when they released it in the United States and I believe in Britain, I'm really trying to remember how this went. They added scenes with Basil in there, as well as there was another actress, and her name doesn't come to mind. But Jack Shadow will tell you all about that tonight. But it was a Russian movie. It was a Russian movie, and they they didn't want anybody to, I guess, know about it. So again, that's all explained tonight. You know, in the credits, I think the names were Americanized, and of course they stuck Basil Rathbone in there to make it appear as though it was a, I don't know, a British or or even American picture. So Basil was actually a very famous actor in Britain. He was well, horror fans would certainly know him as Dr. Frankenstein in The Son of Frankenstein, which is the last movie, the third movie, where Boris Karloff actually donned once again the costume of Frankenstein with makeup artist Jack Pierce. Raymond says, Brian, hey Raymond, thanks for joining us tonight. Robert Burkhart's on here. Hey Robert, thanks for joining us. Oh, you're asking me about the haunted house, and we'll touch on the haunted house a little bit later here. And we had our first haunted house meeting today with some actors, and that's coming along real well. Raymond says Corpus. Robert says hi. Oh, there's Corpus. All right, she's on here this week. Good deal. We'll be inquiring about the Thursday night movie, of course, on the Chiller Night group Facebook page. So, and we'll get to that here shortly. Basil was also, of course, other than just Dr. Frankenstein, he was known very much as Sherlock Holmes. So he's played Sherlock Holmes many times. And like I said, he was a very well-known actor at the time. So it's kind of funny to see him in Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet for some reason. I don't know. But whatever works. Robert said, "What dates you want to help out on the?" Well, we'll talk about that at. We'll get to that there, Robert. With our haunted house meetings, and we'll certainly let you know all that. And Corpus says, Brad, Ava, Brian, Cassandra, David, good evening. Well, good evening. Thank you for joining us. And also, Robert, I'll probably even have a meeting like this, with the people with the haunt, and I'll just look at that. Change the background. We'll have something like this going on. But not tonight. Tonight will be the pre-show. But that's how quick we can change that around. But we will be doing stuff like that. Raymond says, "Hail, hail! The gang's all here." Yes. Brad says, "Oh, now Brad's asking what the Thursday movie will be for the Chiller Night group page." So, Corpus, if you're ready, do tell. Just a couple nights ago, the movie was House. So I did not get to watch that. So, and then unfortunately, Robert says, "Okay, thanks. Let me for the haunted house." Okay, yes, that's no problem, Robert. We'll get all that organized, and we'll throw together another meeting here in probably about 2 weeks. So. Brad says, "Gasp! Wow, that was cool." Oh, about the background? Yeah. But, because when I do the, later on, I put that in there. I didn't have that, I didn't have it set like that. I just did that this week because when I get back to doing Chiller Chat, here's the thing. I'm going to talk about, or think about, combining this show here with Chiller Chat. I would assume we'll do some of this, switch to Chiller Chat, and then on with the show for the night. But that'll be down the road. See, look at that. See, look at that. That's how quick I can change. But Raymond says I missed it too. Yeah, I can't be there to watch those Thursday night movies, unfortunately, because I'm either physically working at the haunt location. Or if I'm working here, I can actually have it playing in the background. So, and I've said this before, if you see that I'm actually in the group watching, I'm probably not actually viewing the page. So if you're writing to me, I'm sorry. I'm not going to probably see it unless I just happen to glance up at that time. But I try to listen when I get a chance, but I just can't be there. Corpus said, House was a lot of fun. That whole evening was a lot of fun. Okay, great. I see some little icons there that back that up. All right. Well, whenever you're ready with the movie, if you have the movie picked out, if you don't, then we'll get it throughout the week at some point. But If you do, well, you'll hear it here first. So, like I said, I was talking about Basil Rathbone, and oh, Brad says, guys, don't feel bad. I also missed it too. LOL. Yeah, it's that time of the year. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Um, but it's about to get crazy here because you know what's coming at the end of this month. At the end of this month, I mean, I already see the Reese's peanut butter pumpkin cups out, and I'm already starting to see little tidbits of uh, things, Halloween associated there. But by the end of this month, by the end of August, you go to any Dollar General, you go to, or even Spirit Halloween stores are beginning to open in some locations at the end of August. So things are just going to get crazy. Okay. Raymond says, Corpus, all your movies are fun. Yes. Oh, here it is. The movie is, well, you've read it probably before I've said it, but Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. All right. These are neat selections. I think this is really cool. I wish I could play some of these for Chiller Night Theater. These are really neat selections. Brad says, yay. All right. So there you have it, folks. Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, will be the Thursday night. What night is that? Let's see here. That is going to be next on August 22nd. Can you believe that? Wow, this month is flying by. Flying by, folks. End of August coming up. So, Corpus says, thanks, I'm glad you enjoy them. Yeah, see, are all a lot of fun. A lot of fun they are. So, all right. Now, the second movie tonight is going to be Dr. Jekyll versus the Werewolf. Now, did you get a chance to see that last week? And if so, you may notice that it didn't look like the crisp, clean, TV set that we have set up. Something I mentioned several weeks ago, maybe a month ago, that I will be putting some of the older Chiller Night Theaters from years ago in with the selections over the next couple months because I just think some of these movies are really cool. But another thing is, I have no choice but to play a lot of these, over again. But just because of time, I just don't have time to make new episodes. However, those old ones, if you're new to this, to all this, to the Stream TV and to the Chiller Night Live pre-show, or since I started doing this, I have never played those. I've never played those. So as long as you've been with me, at least you haven't seen those as a Chiller Night Theater episode. So it's kind of like a brand new episode, but we will have a brand new episode probably next month. A brand new Chiller Night Theater from the TV studio will be on your screens next month. So we will be doing House on Haunted Hill. And all right, Corpus is getting some thumbs up there. Good selection. All right, Corpus said those special effects are off the hook. What with your house? The house movie? I know I'm missing all these good things. But I very much appreciate Corpus taking the reins of this group page, and she has done so since we started it, and I am much appreciative of that because I think it's a neat thing to do. I like the idea of these watch parties. If you're a member of the group, then you're certainly welcome to go in there and have watch parties. But that's kind of the weekly, Thursday night movie is the kind of the one that you always know is going to be there. Let's see. So Raymond says, "Will Jack Shadow behave himself?" Absolutely not. How's that for an answer? We okay. We Jack Shadow behave himself will. Well, I just can't see that happening. I can't see that happening. All right. That's not in his character. I was telling today the people at the haunted house meeting today on how that character came to be and stuff like that. You've probably already heard this, but oh, Terry says, love your pre-show. Thanks, Terry. Appreciate it. Brad says, what's Butcher Media? Butcher Media is, let me get to them in just one second. They contacted me a couple of weeks ago, I think, and asked me, they're going to put me on their website if I can put up their logo here. So I did that. I didn't even check to see if I'm on there yet. I just wanted to get that on there to know I had it. So Terry, I appreciate you joining us. This is, I don't know if you're new to this, because unfortunately anymore I can't see who's watching. I can only see at the time of a comment. So it looks like a new name. So I talk about the TV, the Chiller Night schedule for the hour, and of course the topics just keep rolling from there. We talk about, try to keep it within, horror, science fiction, paranormal, all that good stuff. So, and that's going to be easier and easier and easier to do, because the greatest time of the year is it'll be here, boom, quicker than you know it. Halloween, of course. And then, like I said, with getting back to Brad's now about Butcher Media, yeah, this gentleman contacted me and wanted to do that. Again, I didn't even check to see yet about the arrangement. I just kind of wanted to get that on there and make sure that was working, so it is. So I'm just going to leave it up. And Robert says, did you sell the book called Chiller Night book? How much it cost? You selling the books at the Haunted House? I will be selling the books at the Haunted House. The Chiller Night Spirit of Halloween, Jennifer Sadler, the author of this book, will be tonight's guest on Chiller Chat, and she'll be talking about that. She and I will both be discussing it. And Corpus says, oh, cool, I have to check out the Butcher Media. Yeah, it looks like I was looking at their website. They have a lot of things like Paranormal Warehouse. Again, here's another one. They're playing my show. I, of course, linked with them on my website, which I'll have to do with the Butcher Media as well. I just haven't got to it yet, but we will. There is no rush, certainly, to do that. But Paranormal Warehouse, that's another one. They are playing Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat, so very cool, very cool. And then Terry says, what's the name of our Chiller movie tonight? Well, all right, Terry, our schedule is this. Check this out. Look at that. Do you see the lightning, folks? Do you see Jack Shadow up there in the top of the castle? Look in there. Look closely. You can see him moving around. Look at that. All right, and there's bats and lightning, and you see a little skeleton dancing at the bottom? The things I do to try to liven up the schedule. So, but tonight at 9 o'clock, Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet will be the feature movie of the night. Look at that. And then Jennifer Sadler's our guest on Chiller Chat at 11, 11:30, Dr. Jekyll versus the Werewolf, and 1:30, my guest is Stan Gordon on Chiller Chat, and then, of course, at 2 a.m., Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet is on once again. So, that's the movie for tonight. Cassandra says, ooh, the Butcher Media babes look real sweet. Oh, well, I haven't even checked them out yet, so... I went to their website. I was on their homepage. I see that they have all these different programs on there. Brad says, that is an awesome graphic. That is kind of neat. I don't know if that's the one they want me to do, but that's the one I grabbed. Corpus laughing at that skeleton. So that same thing, if you look up here, Jack is also up there moving around. So... like I said, no doubt preparing for tonight's movie, good folks. Brad says, was that a spaceship? It was. It absolutely was. All right. All right, now with one of the movies, Dr. Jekyll versus the Werewolf. We were talking about this a few weeks ago with Paul Naschy's Werewolf. The character is the Waldemar Daninsky, and he turns into the werewolf. And I was going to look this up before... tonight's show. How many movies did Paul Naschy play that werewolf in? I know it was Frankenstein versus Dracula, or is it Dracula versus Frankenstein? One of those. That's an older one. It's he's in that one. I know the Werewolf versus the Vampire Women. I have no idea. I know there's a lot. He made a lot of the movies with that character. So Cassandra says looks real cool. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I like to look at something different when I'm looking at the schedule. So that's what I do, folks. And then, of course, Chiller Night Theater, or Chiller Chat. My guest will be Jennifer Sadler, who I said was the author of the Chiller Night book. And then Stan Gordon, who nationally known paranormal and UFO, Bigfoot investigator, and all that good stuff. And also an author. I've got a couple of his books, Astonishing Encounters and Really Mysterious Pennsylvania. So he's been featured numerous times on the History Channel, and I think he's been on Ancient Aliens or In Search of Aliens, and been on Coast to Coast many, 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 many times, and he knew Bill Cardell personally. I know Bill he told me that when he was much younger, Bill Cardell did a show called Mysteries Unknown. Now, I have no memory of this show. It must have happened way before my years. But he said that Bill would ask him to go and, get him stories to tell on the show. It was kind of like Unsolved Mysteries or something like that, I guess, or In Search of or something, maybe a minor condensed version of something like that, I'm guessing. But Terry says, 2 awesome movies. I'm staying up late tonight. All right, thanks. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, those are pretty enjoyable. And then, like I said, with Chiller Chat, I find these ones very entertaining. Jennifer, like I said, she used to work for West End Games. Any role-playing game fans out there with Dungeons and Dragons or Star Wars? I know she worked on the Star Wars West End Games. Or now she's working with TSR, the ones who do Dungeons and Dragons. So she was a good selection for the book here. Did a really good job. That was kind of neat. I'd like to actually see this as a TV Halloween special, or at least a version of this story done. So you never know. You never know. Corpus says, I'm watching on my phone, so everything is tiny, tiny. What's the link to Butcher Media? Don't know. Let's see. Watch this. Watch this. I will enlarge this so... Oh, it doesn't say. Broadcast and digital marketing. All right, we'll put it back then. Well, just maybe Google it. Google Butcher Media, and maybe you can check out their page. Now, what about Paranormal Warehouse? Is that on there? Let's see. Look at that. Evidence from the other side. Oh, paranormalwarehouse.com. Well, that's very easy to remember. And of course, I want to give a nice shout out to Vicelli Pizza. Vicelli's been they've been a super sponsor for Chiller Night Theater this entire year, really. They've really been a large help to us, and for this year, for the haunted house, they will be. Where is the picture? Ba-boom. Okay, now that you see the logo up there, they're actually sponsoring the Harrisville Haunted House. They'll be giving out all kinds of flyers through the year, or through this season. These little 4x6 flyers. See that? The Vicelli Pizza. That's going to go out with their orders from the Butler store. So that's really cool. So there should be a lot of people who know about this year. So once again, thank you, Vicelli Pizza. Very supportive of the Jack Shadow Friday Night Frights, which will start up again and resume after the Halloween season. So Corpus says, cool, got it. Thank you, Cassandra. All right, cool. So another thing, I met Nick today. Nick, who was a regular on the show, he was taking a little break from Facebook, but I met him today. He was at the haunted house haunt team party.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. Could you please repeat what you said?
No, I'm not talking to you.
Oh, no.
All right. So anyways, every once in a while my phone does that. So bad phone. All right, stay in your lane. All right, over there. But anyways, jeez. It's probably going to do that again. So we're just going to have to all accept that together. But, Midnight Monster Party. I wanted to, Corpus says, that's awesome. That gives you guys a lot of coverage this Florida. Yes, it does. Yeah, that's like I say, they're like super sponsors for us this year, really helping us out. So I love doing stuff with them. And of course, David Long. I don't know if he's with us yet tonight. He's usually with us, but I know he's been super busy with Vicelli Pizza. So if you're out there, if you're listening, and even if you're not, I want to thank you for all the support you've given us through Vicelli Pizza. And now, Midnight Monster Party. That's coming up on Friday, October 18th at 8 p.m. Of course, that's Eastern Time. That will be in Pittsburgh at the Strip District at the nightclub called Cake, 1900 Smallman Street. So, that is coming up. Now, I know to you who are watching this, you're probably thinking, that's in October. Why are we hearing about this in August? And I was talking about it in June and July probably. But I guess when you do stuff like this, October to me seems like next week. It really does. It's like I'm rushing to be ready for October. The building I have is not a big one, but the stuff I'm planning on doing in that building is certainly going to be worth it. If you're coming from a distance, I'd say an hour or more to go to the haunted house, I recommend that you go on days that are marked there with the skulls. See the skulls on the dates? Then that's going to be the third and fourth week of October, because during the hours of operation, we're also going to have vendor booths, vendors, hot, food and everything. We're also going to have amusement rides. So those will be the days right there of the scare grounds in the Harrisville Community Park. And that red day there on the 19th is actually from 1 until 5, a no scare day. So don't want to bombard you too much with that, because I know it is early for viewers, but I do want to mention it, of course. Now, Corpus has 3 little slices of pizza there. Nom, Vicelli Pizza, Cassandra says. Corpus says, yeah, I've been wondering about how Nick is. Glad you ran into him. Yeah, I actually talked to him for quite a bit today. I actually never met him before. It was the first time I met him. But it's a strange thing, because when I'm on here with you guys, I already feel like, I told him that today. I was like, I already feel like I met you like probably like half a year ago. And then Corpus said, just had some tasty Vicellis last Sunday. Brad says, sorry I'm late. What did I miss? What? You were on here earlier. This is like Groundhog Day. Wow, you were, did you go somewhere? Brad? You didn't really miss much. We were talking about, we did another look at the schedule, because Terry on YouTube wanted to know what was playing tonight. So Terry's, and there he is. He says, every night is Halloween. Yes, every night is Halloween. And a little chunk of my brain, it certainly is. Corpus says, So, all right. Yes, I don't know. I'm constantly thinking about it. I love the haunted houses. I love all things horror. This is just, and I can tell a lot of you do as well. So, all right. Well, hey, let me run this neat little promo. So give me about 2 minutes out of your night.
Watch Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat every Saturday night on Stream TV. Chiller programming airs every Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. through 3 a.m. Watch Jack Shadow host classic and not so classic horror and science fiction films of yesteryear on Chiller Night Theater. Then Bryan Hogue hosts Chiller Chat, the weekly talk show that discusses paranormal activities, horror and science fiction movies, and mysteries beyond. If you like horror, science fiction, and the paranormal, Stream TV is the channel to watch every Saturday night. Go to streammedia.tv, that's streammedia.tv, to connect to Stream TV's Roku channel. Or watch Chiller programming online on Chiller Night Theater's YouTube channel, or at chillernighttheater.com. That's chillernighttheater.com. chillernighttheater.com. Chiller Night, The Spirit of Halloween, a young reader's book written by Jennifer Sadler, is the first of the Chiller Night series featuring Jack Shadow. 5 teenagers head out for a night of trick-or-treating, but lose themselves in a dimension of horror. Now they race against the clock to save their souls from the spirit of Halloween himself, Jack Shadow. This All Hallows Eve fantasy is a thrill a minute, and the first in a new series of Halloween fun and fright. Take a step back in time through the veils between the living and the dead with Chiller Night, The Spirit of Halloween. Cover art by Rick Whitlow. Illustrations by Scott Lubin. Chiller Night, The Spirit of Halloween is available to purchase on Amazon.com or get your copy at chillernighttheater.com. That's chillernighttheater.com. chillernighttheater.com.
Okay, I hope that was over with. I can't hear the videos that are actually playing. I'm just watching them, so if I've cut off the audio, I hope that didn't happen. But yeah, I was looking at that cover there, and that's done by a guy named Rick Whitlow. I've mentioned Rick before. He's done all my haunted house posters in the past. He did the cover of the book, did the flyer and the poster for the Harrisville Haunted House. It's kind of funny with this one. I'm actually, well, maybe you can see it. No, I can't pull that up again. But that right there, I'm actually standing there for this picture without the mask on. And then I just asked him I sent him another picture that I already had the mask on, and he just pieced that together and put it all together. And the illustrations are from an artist named Scott Lubin. That I've never met Scott in my life. He just responded to an ad I put out there for an illustrator that I hired to do the book. So we'll be selling those at the haunted house. So that's pretty cool. Raymond says, cool, effective. And Corpus says, yep, perfect timing. Okay, cool. And Corpus says, Butcher has a nicely done site. Oh, that's neat. Raymond says, more frightening. Corpus says, it's a great book. That's right, I think you bought a copy of that. You know, what was neat about this, and like I said, we were actually, I think the little kids in the neighborhood are kind of lucky. I mean, if you like this type of thing, but we were given these out for trick-or-treaters one year. I mean, not to all of them, because we have like between 400 to 500 trick-or-treaters that come to our house or throughout the neighborhood. It's a small town. Harrisville's a small town, but they love Halloween. So I definitely moved to the right place. Corpus says, yes, I bought it. Yeah, I thought you did. Yeah. I'm glad you like it. And yeah, we were giving these out to the little kids. Not all of them, only when I asked them, are you sure you want this? You gonna read it? And they said, yeah, okay. It's got some neat drawings in there and stuff. And I would just, again, I would love to see this done up as a television Halloween special somehow, whether that be live action or stop motion animation. That would be, I can't even make my my Jack Shadow Jiggler, let alone the puppetry for all that is involved. I have all these ideas. I'm lacking the time. But this was meant to be the first in a series of Chiller Night books. You know, like the old, you know, Tales from the Crypt or you know what. But I'm actually thinking of the next one to be maybe an anthology, maybe like three little short stories or something like that. I have tons of ideas for these. I wish I had time to actually sit down and write these myself. I don't think Jennifer did an outstanding job. It'd be really neat if I could at least do one of them with my illustrations in it as well. Again, I just didn't have the time to do it, and I wanted this done. I just wanted to get it done and to see it done and to see this made. So I'm really, really proud of that. I think she did a fantastic job. Everybody did a good job. Tom says, I'll have to pick one up. I'm a slacker. Corpus says, oh my God, stop motion would be awesome. Yeah, I think that would be. That'd be really neat. Raymond says, if I get 12 Trickster, that is a lot. Oh, really? Wow, we get, Brad says, I do have a sweet tooth. Well, I'll tell you what, going trick-or-treating this year? Yeah, I was surprised to see, you know, we moved here at the very end of 2015, so we didn't see Halloween here. But 2016 was our first Halloween here, and I was really surprised because for the last couple of years we've actually had like a drizzle, a rain, you know, a rainy day, a rainy, gloomy. Well, the gloomy isn't a factor, but there was a bit of a rain. That didn't keep the kids away. I wonder how many would have turned out if it had been good weather. I don't know. But like I said, this little town is big on Halloween. That's why I'm very excited to be doing the Harrisville Haunted House right here in Harrisville, in the community park, which is like just really super close to where I live. So I'm really excited about all this. I think we're going to have a great Halloween season. Everything's going to continue as is for Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat. You're going to be seeing the programming. There's not going to be a stop whatsoever in that. I'm talking with Luke Rio, the station manager of Stream TV, and we're going to see what we're going to be doing for this year, for the month of October for Chiller Night Theater. Raymond says, rain won't stop tricksters. No, if it stops a trickster, they're not a true trickster. So, my opinion as well. Never stopped us when we were wearing our little Ben Cooper Halloween costumes as a child. You know, the little ones with the little plastic flimsy masks with the rubber bands and the little vinyl costumes. Remember those? I think that's going to be one of my next collectibles, is to get me a Ben Cooper Halloween costume. I see them all the time on eBay, so it's just a matter of time before I pick one of those up. So what do we got here? Raymond says, what is the site again? For what? For Stream Media? Or for Stream TV? If that's what you're talking about, it's streammedia.tv. If it's for the book, you can either go to chillernighttheater.com and there's a section that says store. You can go there and click on that, and you can or you can just go to Amazon and get it. And it's in paperback and also Kindle. So there is that. That was a big thing when that first came out. You know, I don't know if that's that big of a deal anymore. Maybe it is. I don't have no idea. I like a book. I don't like to read on a screen personally, but to each his own. I won't judge. Judge-free night here on Saturday nights. So Raymond says yes. Okay, so I've answered that one. Let's see. I didn't know if you meant Butcher Media. Somebody was asking me earlier on that. Brad says, I was Super Mario last year. I remember seeing the picture. Yeah. Corpus says, it would be hilarious if there were adult-sized versions of those costumes now. Oh yeah, that would be. Yeah, they should. Somebody ought to make those. Raymond says stream TV. Okay, and then Cassandra says if I can sit in the rain or snow to hand out candy, they should show up to see my frightening displays. Yes, I agree. Raymond says thanks. You're very welcome. Absolutely. And then Corpus says I would definitely rock one of those. I would too. I would too. I certainly did as a child, and I still do a lot of things now that I did as a kid or have the same interests, so Halloween is definitely one of those. But, we were talking about Dr. Jekyll versus the werewolf a little bit ago, and I gotta say, I'm thinking about Halloween now and all this stuff. The werewolf is probably like one of my favorite Halloween monsters. It just is. It's just the werewolf. There's something about it. Because one of my favorite movies that I watch during the October that I have to watch, I've mentioned it on this before, is Curse of the Werewolf, starring Oliver Reed. And do you guys have a favorite? Doesn't have to be a werewolf movie, but I guess I'll start off with that one. Do you have a favorite werewolf? Do you fancy Lon Chaney Jr. as the Wolfman in Universal's? Do you like Oliver Reed in Curse of the Werewolf? Do you like Henry Hall in The Werewolf of London? Remember that one? Back before, years before Lon Chaney Jr. And, or maybe, or Paul Naschy as Waldemar Daninsky as the werewolf. So, all right, we'll see what some of your answers are. Brad says, Halloween is such a fun holiday. Yes, it will be here before you know it. Corpus says, Howl. Love the Wolfman. Mm-hmm. Yes, so we have one for Larry Talbot. I was thinking Lon Chaney Jr. playing Larry Talbot. Glamfang is not a werewolf, but an all-time favorite movie is Wolfen. Oh, okay. All right. And Robert says, do you sell the books? How much money are you selling at the haunted house? Oh, well, I'm not sure of these. I'm not sure, Robert. I think they were like $5.95, so I might sell them for $5-6. I'm not sure. I'll be honest. I really haven't thought about it. I know they're one price on Amazon, but if I get them, if I can give them out for a certain price, I'll have to see. I'll just kind of have to see. I'll have to get back to you on that one. And Cassandra says, I have a Curse of the Werewolf t-shirt. Oh, really? Cool. Corpus says, to snout or not to snout? Yes, that is the question. And Cassandra says, hi, Leroy. Oh, it's Leroy. Oh, here he is. Hey, Horror Fam Jam. Well, hey, Leroy, thanks for joining us. Glad you're with us. We were just talking about werewolves, about if anybody has any particular favorites. Hope you got a chance to see the Dr. Jekyll versus the Werewolf last week. And Brad says, I like big time scary movies like Halloween and Friday the 13th. Super good movies. And then everyone's saying hi to Leroy. Hi, Cassandra. So we were talking about the Paul Naschy, Henry Hall. Do you remember that movie? Do you remember the one I'm talking about? The Werewolf of or no, was it called The Werewolf of London? Yeah, Werewolf of London, Henry Hall. Very first, I think it was actually the very first werewolf movie. Someone can fact check that and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head, but I think it was. I know it was before The Wolfman, before Lon Chaney's, and it is a Universal. And then after that they had I think they had She-Wolf or something like that, Universal, and then they came out with The Wolfman. I believe that's how that happened. But anyways, Corpus says, Tom says hello. Paisley, that is. Is he saying hi and I don't see him? I don't see his, but hello, Tom. Thanks for joining us tonight. We were talking about this last week. I don't see all the comments that come up. I thought I did. Evidently, I don't, because Ava was beside me telling me that she's seeing stuff that we both were not seeing on the screen. So, Leroy says, I just popped online and saw you guys on. We were busy at work. Oh, okay. Glamfang says, for a werewolf movie, just adore Silver Bullet. Silver Bullet that Corpus had selected just a few weeks ago for our group watch party for Chiller Night. That's a good movie. I enjoy that one. Corpus says, no, he's not here, LOL. Oh, did he write to you earlier and say? But, I was just thinking, that got me thinking about the remake of The Wolfman that they did with, who's that actor? I can't think of his name. Who's Anthony Hopkins was one of them, but the younger guy. I don't know. You know which one I'm talking about? It came out in like 2010 or 11. It seems like it just came out, but I guess it did come out like between 8 to 10 years ago. I think that's a very good remake. I think it's very well done. I enjoy watching that. Let's see. Leroy says, can I get a little shout out to my co-worker Melody? Melody, thanks for joining us again. If you're there or if you're just listening, a shout out to Melody indeed. And anybody on there, feel free to chat away Melody's name. Give her a Chiller Night Maniac welcome. And then Corpus says, I'm on Messenger with him. He's out at a restaurant right now. Oh, okay. All right. Well, tell him that myself and I'm sure everybody else on here joining us tonight say hello to Tom and hope he enjoys his dinner tonight. Brad says Pet Cemetery 1 and 2. I think I saw part 2. I don't remember anything about it. I do remember the first Pet Cemetery, and I did like that one. I liked that one quite a bit. I like movies like that with, what's another one? The Stephen King movies, like Night Shift and Pet Cemetery. I think they're well done. I enjoy watching, especially the Stephen King ones that were done in the 80s. I just have I love the 80s movies. So, and that's part of my appeal too to some of these selections that Corpus does. Probably not all of them, but I mean, I don't know if they're all from the 80s, but a lot of them seem to be, which I think is fantastic. I like I said, I wish I could play those for Chiller Night Theater. A lot of fun. And Brad says Freddy Krueger, yes. And Glamfangs. Belnicki, I know I can't pronounce this guy's name. Benicio del Toro? Maybe that's it. And sorry, but sure, I just slaughtered the spelling. Oh, well, I bet that was nothing compared to my pronunciation of his name, so we'll mess it up together. Raymond says, The Stand. Oh, yeah, that was a good one. Corpus says, I do love my 80s. I think we should all love the 80s. I love the 80s. I miss the 80s. Cassandra says, Melody. Every time we say her name, she should give Leroy a shot. What a fun drinking game. Wow. Can you imagine that? Leroy, talk her into that. See if that's how that'll go. Brad says, the Tommy Knockers and Thinner. Good ones. Leroy says, I got to get Melody to join this wicked, awesomely group, guys. Yes. Yeah, get her on here. Dale says, joining late, but how's everyone doing? We are doing very well. And oh my gosh, 8:49. Holy cow. I was just thinking, you're like 20 minutes late. You're like 40 minutes late. 50. I can't believe that. I can't believe not that you're late, but I mean how time flies, how quickly this hour goes. It's unbelievable to me. Corpus says, hey Dale. Yes, Thinner book is good too, Raymond says. Dale says, hey Corpus Christine. So well, you you just came on, so let me run this schedule one more time because I like to do that. Brad says Misery, all good choices. Salem Lot, I remember Salem Lot when I was a little kid. I think that actually came out in the 70s. I could be wrong, or very early 80s. I seem to recall being a young kid watching that when it first came on, and it was like wasn't it like a miniseries or 2 or 3 nights it was on? Am I remembering that right? That's how I remember. I thought it was on for like maybe 1 or 2 nights when it first came on TV. And I just remember that creepy kid outside that window, floating there, scratching on the window, you know. Man, that was like laying a big slab of ice on my back as a kid. That just gave me the chills. And I don't know. I love it when a movie can do that. You know, even as an adult, I really love it when I can get pulled into a movie like that. You know, fear is fun. Fear is fun. So, Raymond says, ooh, the ankle scene. Yeah, Misery. Cassandra says, it was a TV miniseries. So I thought so. I remember watching that. And then I remember the kids in my grade talking about it. You know, did you see that last night? Or I seem to recall it was on a school night. That's how I remember it. I could be wrong. It was a long time ago, but Cassandra says, creepy kid at the window. No sleep for me tonight. I know. That was so well done. So well done. All right. So here's the schedule for tonight. Now, Corpus says, Salem's Lot. Watched it again a while back and still holds up. Yeah. I love Barlow. Barlow the vampire. Creepy, creepy, creepy. All right. Chiller Night Theater tonight in just 8 minutes. That's crazy. 8 minutes. Chiller Night Theater, the movie is Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet. All right, at 11 p.m. Chiller Chat, my guest is Jennifer Sadler, author of Chiller Night, The Spirit of Halloween, the story of Jack Shadow and some unfortunate kids who unexpectedly end up in his dark realm on a Halloween night many years ago. 11:30 p.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Dr. Jekyll versus the Werewolf. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Stan Gordon, and Stan, of course, is a nationally known paranormal and UFO investigator. Has been for about 50 years. He's been in this business for a long time. 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet. So there you have it, folks. That's the Chiller Night schedule for tonight. All right. Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat. Now, we will be having, I'll be throwing some older Chiller Night Theater episodes in here, mixing them in a little bit. So it's a little newer, feel for the Stream TV audience, okay? Because I've never played some of these on Stream TV until now. Because, they're probably like 4 years old, some of them. So, but good movies, still Jack Shadow, and bringing it to you guys. So, but we will have a brand new episode probably toward the end of September. Okay, I'll say that from the TV studio. So, let's see. Leroy says, hells yeah, Cassandra, I'm down for that. Oh, the little thing about the shot with Melody? Yeah. Dale says, are we talking Stephen King movies? If so, The Langoliers is my favorite. Well, yeah, we've been kind of just, we were talking about 80s movies, and then I mentioned how I really like some of the Stephen King movies from the 80s. So yeah, that certainly qualifies. Raymond says, see you all next Thursday and Saturday. All right. See you then. Leroy says, until next time, bro. All right. Thanks for joining us. And once again, a shout out to Melody, of course. And Corpus says, yes, new episode. Yes, we'll be doing House on Haunted Hill, starring, of course, Vincent Price. That will be coming up. So, 8:54. I obviously I cut this a few minutes shy of 9 p.m. so you can go to Stream TV. That's at streammedia.tv, streammedia.tv. You can watch it streaming online, or you can connect to the Roku channel and watch it on your Roku channel that way. Or if you're in the Oil City and Seneca area and Venango County, Pennsylvania, it's Comcast channel 22, I believe. So, Corpus says, movie time! Brad says, 5 minutes till Chiller Night Theater. Get your Rokus ready. Yes! To the Roku, Robin. Yes, get those fired up. Cassandra says, Reggie Nalder was amazing as the vampire in Salem's Lot. Loved him in Mark of the Devil. Wonder if I said that right. Nalder? Reggie Nalder. I didn't know the actor's name, but yeah, that vampire, that was such a creepy looking vampire. Wow. That movie scared me to death as a kid, and I loved every second of it. So that's one of those that stand out, you know, like The Exorcist or one of the. And I watched the TV version. I was a kid, so I mean, that was just something too much. Leroy says, oh, I got to take a shot. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds like she's setting you up there pretty good. All right. Well, folks, it is, what is it, 8:56. Okay, well, we are almost out of here. Quick mention, once again, Midnight Monster Party. I mentioned this earlier. I'm just going to throw a shout out to them real quick. On Friday, October 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time in downtown Pittsburgh at the Cake Nightclub, 1900 Smallman Street. So if you live in that area, come out, check it out. I'm going to try to, maybe I can get James or Diana on here to talk about that. Maybe I can get them on the phone one of these Chiller Night shows, and we can talk about that. And then Brad says, what would life be like without Chiller Night Theater, Brian? I don't know what it would be like for you. I don't know what it would be like for me. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that at all. I very much enjoy the show, and for this show here and Chiller Chat and all things horror and chiller. I just really do, and I appreciate you joining me every Saturday night. It's 8:57, folks. That's what I'm seeing on my clock. So I'll let you guys go, get your snacks, get your beverages, and most importantly, get that blanket. Pull it up around you tight for more fun and fright coming up at 9. So, all right, folks. Thanks for joining me tonight. Have a good night. Have a good chiller night. We'll see you next week.